Greetings. This is Stephen Amson from the South Berkshire Research Institute, dedicated to promoting solutions for a 21st century global society. Today's presentation is entitled The Politics of Fear. It is November 25th, 2014. Fear, whether real or imagined, has the same effect. Fear is a natural and useful primal emotion and is hardwired to protect against a known or perceived threat. When fear is based upon a real threat, it triggers a defense mechanism based upon the survival instinct and becomes a necessary force for protection of life, liberty, or property. And when fear is based upon a fictitious threat, the reaction is still valid, as the individual experiencing the fear remains unaware they are being deceived. Knowledge of how this emotional reaction works, or the psychology of fear, is a powerful and indispensable tool for anyone who desires to control that individual, and can use this tool to manipulate the individual into desired modes of behavior. This is the essence of the negative application of power, to subdue, subjugate, and oppress, to ultimately control all aspects of the individual for a desired outcome, most usually a form of slavery. This manipulation of perception creates a cycle of fear that serves as a model for social behavioral control, and once in place, merely needs to be fed by continuous perceptions of threat, real or imagined. It has been long known throughout history that this manipulation of consciousness is essential to authoritarian rule. This is evident since the first recorded events of human history and still persists today. Irrational fear has become an essential underlying component of government rule, as non-compliance with authoritarian principles are dealt with first by persuasion, followed by bribery, extortion, coercion, the threat of violent action, and finally by actual harmful or deadly force. These abuses of power are well documented in the history books, but little knowledge of this psychological manipulation is revealed. We have everything to fear from a totalitarian form of government that suppresses individual rights and manipulates the populace into falsely believing there is no choice but to submit to authoritarian rule. This type of fear becomes irrational when it is based upon threats that are known to be manufactured and fictitious, which is today consistently perpetuated by the web of deception and lies spun by the corporate-based, state-controlled media. This is undeniably a very effective tool for propagating irrational fear and forms the basis for the politics of fear that we are currently experiencing. Now the question is, what can we do about it? As with all forms of critical thinking, one must first be able to discern facts from fiction, to determine the truth about our perception, which we know can be easily manipulated through the psychology of fear. That is step one. Step two is to analyze these facts in a logical way that is clear and precise, free of emotional attachment. It has been said that logic is the science of reason, and it is only through reason that one can rise above the irrational emotional crisis presented by the politics of fear. Step three is to cultivate the ability to articulate these findings in a dialogue that can be clearly identified and shared, and not fall prey to the myopic delusional world of mass distraction. Step 4 is to promote the principles of a free society on a global basis, where individuals of all nations are aware of the principles of free speech, the right to self-defense of life, liberty, and property, the guarantee of equal protection under the law, and that no government can sacrifice the right of the individual in the name of the state. Step 5 is to expose the efforts on the part of those who would subvert these rights and hold them accountable for their crimes against humanity, and the appropriate punishments are levied upon them, and ensure that the predatory class will not inflict their parasitic model of malignant narcissism upon the citizens of this world. Of course, there are more, and many subcategories that could be divulged here, but these are a few of the significant ones. These are all within our power to possess, and it is our right and our responsibility to wield this power. If not us, then we have willingly waived those rights in favor of dictatorship, and the pattern of state-controlled slavery continues to be foisted upon us. The will to power is meant for us, not those who govern by the politics of fear. My friends, the hour is getting late indeed. We have become the monster we seek to destroy, and the time to correct this is due. If not now, then when? Thank you for your time, and please join this new dialogue for freedom, liberty, and justice for all individuals of this beautiful sanctuary we call Earth.